3, 2, 1, and we are live. Hey guys, welcome back to the Pop channel. This is gonna be the first deck profile for Series 8, and we're gonna kickstart with none other than the leader that got me the most excited for when it was announced, Bulma. Personally, I really love the Earthling engine, you know, when Yamcha was announced with Baba, Spike, and also the mummy guy Bandage, right? So, when Bulma was announced, I was really excited. Bulma is a red Earthling, so which give her access to the card that I think that it is really underrated, Yamcha at 100%. If you're looking at this and then you go, hey, where did you get the case for your leader? No worries, I'll be doing a product review soon on this, alright? So let's see each other after the short intro and I'll show you my take on the Bulma deck, alright? Alright guys, so welcome back from the intro. We are going to talk about the Bulma leader. Before we start, let's have some administrative things to do. Often I get people to ask me and say, hey, this is more than 50. No, take note that this part of the stuff, this section, they are psych decks. So I do not do psych decks like in psych decks, like normal conventional way of doing psych decks. I put cards here which I think that I want to put it in, but I'm not too sure how do I put it in, so I'm putting there as a suggestion that if you think that that's a better option for you, feel free to include into your deck. Alright, so Bulma leader, she's really simple. All yellow and red Saiyan are gains blocker, so anything on the board gains blocker, so red and yellow Saiyans, all Earthlings, right? And once per turn you get to draw a card, so she does not have to swing, which is really good because you draw a card even if you go first. So if you go first, you slap down first energy, activate main, you draw a card. So there is no downside to this leader. So when your life is 4 less, you get to untap 2, and on her backside is the same permanent. All your Saiyan and Earthling, red and yellow, gains blocker, and at the same time once per turn she draws 2 cards. Activate me. That's amazing. But she kind of needs it if she wants to swing, right? Because she needs an extra 5k just to hit the leader. Alright, so here's the deck profile. We are gonna play. So you could see that the engine is generally very standard. Let me talk about some cards here. Bulma, Unyielding Courage. This is a really good card. So because for 1 energy you play 1, you get to draw 1, right? Then once per turn you choose up to 1 red or yellow Saiyan in your drop area with energy of 1. You tap 1, activate main. You negate the skill for the duration of the turn and then you play it. If you play a card, place the top 2 cards. So it's not place up 2, it's place the top 2 of your deck into your drop area. So you are milling yourself really hard. Birthday Party. Birthday Party, it's really an underrated card, but you have to be careful of the usage. Permanent, you get to play this if you have multicolor card, like red and yellow card in your energy, you can activate this without paying its cost. But you can only use it with Bulma, because if your leader card, it's a Bulma, at the end of the turn you get to draw 2 cards, not draw up to 2, draw 2, and then you discard 2. So draw 2, discard 2, draw 2, discard 2. If this thing just keeps on going for a few turns, you're gonna mill yourself out really quickly. Yep. So this is the whole idea of the deck. You need this particular card right here. Make sure that you don't have a dead hands, because if you have bingo or you have an additional birthday party, or you have cards that you don't want, you want to put it into your drop area. For example, you can put this gold tank into the drop area, use Bulma to bring out this gold tanks, right? So birthday party, just make sure you recycle cards, especially if you have 1 drop 10k that you need to put it into your drop area, like this Vegeta or the Son Goku. Son Goku, you kind of want to keep it into your hands though. I'll show you why later, but for Vegeta sometimes you don't need it anymore, you put it in. Although this Vegeta, it's a really cool card, right? So the interaction with this is, here's your negate option, your heroic duo Videl and also Son Gohan. I need Videl, which she's a Videl, yeah. I need Videl in the deck, I need Son Gohan Adolescence in the deck. And why this 2 more than After Image? The reason is this, because when you play them, they come onto the board, and because they are a red Earthlings, Gohan is a red Earthling, and he's also a red Saiyan, they become a blocker also. So you for just 1 energy, and this guy 2 energy, and you minus some 10k from a leader, you kind of place already 2 things on the board. So sorry. And then you have a blocker, and this guy, it's a 20k, so he can swing and hit your opponent's leader the next turn. Yep, so they are there for a reason. Very, very effective, especially when it comes to being a blocker at the same time. And with Bulma, you can bring them back. Of course, with Bulma, you kind of only want to bring one guy back, which is this guy, right? Because he is a revenge 1k. So when you slap this guy on the board, you really slow the game down a lot. And Videl, which is a really good card in my opinion, but because her effect is negated, so you cannot use Bulma to abuse her. But you cannot need it at the late stage, where maybe if you want to play this, you want to bring something back into your hands. For example, you could use Birthday Party to discard Goku, play Videl, and put it back into your hands. You can do that if you want to, if you want Goku in your hands, right? Or you can bring your Sun Gotenks, because it's 3 or less, right? Yes, so you can bring back your super combo into your hands. Yep. So with all these cards over here, when you can, Bulma also essentially becomes a blocker, right? Because she's a red earthling. And when you use Bulma, block an opponent's attack. So when your opponent swing, Bulma drops, then this guy comes out. This guy is just a double striker, and then if Bulma is removed from your battle area or KO'd by a KO'd or removed by a skill, he comes out and he becomes a double striker. And when he comes out, so you can use Bulma, block, Bulma gets KO'd, he comes out, immediately you have a 20k blocker on your board. Yep. And after that, you can swing with him, he's a 20k double striker. Alright, and if you play this guy, which is an adolescent, right? He is Son Gohan adolescent, and if you play this guy on the board, you could untap him and this guy at the end of the turn. Alright, this guy, it's an MVP. He is super good. You bring it out with just 2 energy, and he becomes very, very difficult to deal with when he comes out, right? So you have this guy. This guy, you get to place, so you play him for 15k, swing with him. After that, activate main Son Gohan Adolescence, Son Gotenks. So you have Gotenks, you have Son Gohan Adolescence, you have Videl. So you pick also Trunks Youth, which you play 4 copies of, and Videl, which you have 5 copies of. So Videl, Son Gotenks, Youth. So that's why even the super combo is Gotenks, because you can bring this guy out and you can use the super combo to push your super combo back into your deck with this, right? So and return them to your deck. Just put it into your deck, it's fine, because you're gonna shuffle it later. Then choose 1 red and yellow multicolor, and it gains double strike and dual attack for the duration of the turn. So this guy comes out, boom, you swing with this guy, activate main, push your super combo back into the deck. This guy comes out, and what does this guy do? He is a critical, then he gains double strike, critical, and dual attack. So you can swing 2 times with a critical, and he has offering. This offering, it's such a... Right now, all of my opponents choose to crit themselves, because they think that that's easy, it's better than for me to draw 2 cards, right? So this guy, you could swing twice, so it's double strike, dual attack. Your opponent, if they have negate, this guy is the guy that they will negate. Yes. Alright, so why do I play Bingo Tournament? This is how I end the game, alright? So Bingo Tournament is this: choose up to 1 of your leader cards, it gets 5k for the duration of the turn, it's activate 1, which is quite a lot. So she could swing at your opponent, yep, and then choose up to 1 Dragon Ball form from your deck or drop area and add it into your hands, shuffle your deck if you look through it. So what you want to grab is, you want to grab that 3-star ball. And if the 3-star ball is already in your hands, usually with Bingo Tournament, I use Birthday Party just to discard it, right? So it's a really good discard target because let's be real, 5k, it's not a lot. You want the Dragon Ball. You want that 3-star Dragon Ball. What is it? Apologize for that, right? So what is the 3-star Dragon Ball? 3-star Dragon Ball is this: that you get to draw 1 card, activate main, then choose up to 1 of battle card. It can attack battle cards in active mode for the duration of the turn. So this is what you want to do. Slap your Yamcha down at 100%, burst 5, and it gains 6k and cannot have its attacks negated. And it deals 2 damage to your opponent's life when KO'd an opponent's battle card. So when your opponent has a blocker, when your opponent has a 1k card, or 1k, okay, has a 1k card, or those little cards, what you want to do, 3-star ball, activate it, Yamcha 100%, swing, they try to negate it, I'm sorry, but they cannot do it because this is Yamcha, and then they have to combo. Your whole hands, just because of birthday party, is comboable, right? I ended 2 games yesterday, one at 95k combo with Yamcha, and the other one at 125k combo with Yamcha, just like that, just slapping down all the cards that you can combo from your hands, just to end the game here. People think that this is the game ender. No, your Yamcha 100%. It's the game ender. I really love this card. Whoop. Okay, so roughly, I have already showed you what is this, right? So let's talk about the sideboard. The sideboard is this, Ultimate Blow. Ultimate Blow, it's a card which I think can be played pretty well. So counterplay, choose up to one of your opponent's, one of your battle card, it gets 10k and revenge for the duration of the turn, right? So if you're playing against Vegeta, baby Vegeta, which keeps on minusing, you could give like this Gotenks M15. So maybe it can help and maybe live a little bit longer. So double revenge. Da-da-dum. Then you give one of your other battle cards, right? I don't know, like Trunks, revenge, blocker, because all of your cards on the board are blocker. So revenge, it's a very powerful thing to play. Yep. The other one is this. I actually wanted to put this card into the main deck because you could cheat it out with Bulma, right? This guy, Bulma, cheats Bulma out, and then you switch this card to rest mode, and every single turn you draw a card, and then you choose up to one of the battle cards and gains 5k for the duration of the turn. This guy would be your target. So this guy becomes a 25k double striker dual attack when he comes out, and offering your opponents either crit 1 or you draw 1. But the problem with this lady is she's a Bulma GT. That means she cannot be used for Vegeta's effect. However, she is a blocker, so that's something, right? But she should be always in the rest mode. I'm not too sure. Think about this. I kind of like this card. And Scientist Fool and Dimensional Banisher, because we do not have anything to take care of. Yamcha is good at only cards that are 5k, 10k, 15k. Swing against him. Once he reaches the 15k, unless you're going for the double strike, it makes no difference between you swing and the leader or swinging at the 15k cards, because both of them are at 15k, right? Dimensional Banisher Fool is to take care of something which is big, and Scientist Fool, which is to hit something like Overwhelm, draw 2 cards. And this guy, I'm thinking about this, because at the end of it activates battle. At the end of this turn, choose all battle cards ignoring barrier and place them. So if you need to clear the board because your opponent is getting too much, maybe this is the thing, because you can actually populate your board really, really quickly. Alright, so that is the whole idea. This guy, it's pretty good because you could swing with this, you could swing with this guy, and then with this, his ability, both of them restands and becomes a 20k blocker at the end of the turn, just with this guy. And of course, he is a barrier, so he becomes a barrier blocker. Yep, so this is deck profile. I hope you like it. I have something to edit with. This is taking from a page out of Android. Alright, so this is taking a page out of Android, the YouTube channel. Really, in my opinion, I think one of the best ones out there, right? So I just want to edit with this. Let's talk about the strength of the deck. Draw power, extremely strong draw power. Defensive, it is very defensive, because all your negates does 2 things. It becomes a blocker, and then it negates the attack, and then you have a blocker on the board. Yep. Card recycling, you never, just because of Birthday Party, which is such a powerful card, you never really have any dead cards in your hands. All your cards are comboable, right? And then you have a surprise finisher, which is Yamcha at 100%. And of course, the other Goku, that 3-drop, that card, it's pretty good. Okay, the next one is it dies to meals. So because you can actually mill yourself out with this deck. Your hands are very big, and your drop area is huge, and it lacks of a strong game ender. And but I'm trying to put in some black cards in there, right? Like Scientist Fool, just to make sure you have a 25k double striker that comes up for 1 energy. You have such a big drop area anyways, and but take note that Goku kind of needs some cards to be in the drop area. So you cannot use cards that, you know, like that overwhelms for 3, because you need the cards in your drop area. Weak against defensive deck due to the lack of aggression. For example, if you're up against Baby Vegeta, this deck is pretty damn good. Yeah, because you're very defensive, he breaks himself to 1, you are so defensive, you're blocking, and then you have revenge and stuff like that. And when he has the 10k pan on the board, your Yamcha comes out, swing against the 10k pan, your hands versus Vegeta's hands, most probably you will win, trust me. Yeah, so, but if you are going against decks like, you know, the Gogeta that ramps up, and they don't really want to take damage, they're defending themselves all the time, that's kind of very difficult. If your opponent is already taking life, like Broly, perfect. Yep. So this is it, and of course, someone point out that it might be weak against Android 21, just because Android 21 has the ability to bounce off all your 1-drop back into your hands. If they are able to bounce off 1, it's fine, because you are just really spamming your board with 1-drop, right? So when he comes you, good luck, just don't play 4. Alright, so this is the deck. I hope you like it, and guys, let's see each other at the next video. Alright, and if you're looking at this, and then I'm gonna do a product review on this, so no worries that it's gonna come out. Alright, ciao guys, bye.